Good morning. Good morning. All right, let's go ahead and get this day started. I do apologize to everyone about yesterday, so let's go ahead and move forward. Let's go ahead and continue to pick up with where we left off because we do have a little bit of a shortened month with next week being Thanksgiving. So we are talking about just listed. We are talking about just sold. All right, so let's go ahead and get this going. So I'm going to share notes with everyone. I'm going to share the script here in just a little bit, but I wanted to open up a little bit in regards to questions. Any questions that anybody has that I can address out the gate? I wanted to do something a little bit different.
Good morning, Robert. I'm Lynn Tran from Intel.
Good morning. Yeah. Any questions or just wanted to introduce yourself?
I just want to introduce myself.
Well, welcome. Yeah, appreciate you, of course, taking the time to introduce yourself. So yes, welcome. Get your notes ready, get your pen ready, because we're going to be going over a lot of things here in just a second. We did talk about connecting basically the goals that we want to achieve and the purpose of what we are doing. Okay, now why is this important? It's absolutely important because when you find yourself, you're picking up the phone, you're knocking on a door, and you're getting yelled at, you're getting cussed out at, you find yourself in a position where it's not quite so positive. We want to remember as to why we're doing this. Why are we doing this? You get a little bit of negativity, you look at your goals, you get re-inspired, you identify with what's the purpose of with what we are trying to accomplish. The other thing too is being in a position where if you're prospecting as an example at your desk, make sure you have a mirror ready. Okay. Why do you want that? Because you need to be able to see yourself and your expression. Some of you have a little bit of a tendency of having a similar outlook as I do, which is a little bit stoic, a little bit stern, a little bit of the RBF, for those of you who know what I mean. So we want to make sure that we are smiling, we are in presentation mode, and we are in a position to prospect. Okay. The other thing is the consistency. The consistency of with what we're trying to accomplish. So in other words, 5 days out of the week, we should be prospecting how many days out of the week?
4.
7.
Exactly. Love it, Brandon. Yes, absolutely. The goal is always to make sure you're building some version of consistency. Why is this important? Because what it does, it's kind of like working out. And as I've mentioned before, you go and work out last Tuesday, and then you try to work out again today. Well, you're probably going to be a little bit sore because you're so sporadic. By building the consistency, it allows us to build our muscle in the language of sales. The other thing, making sure we're in a position where we are creating what I call as a pre-prospecting routine, doing certain things consistently, because that consistency on your pre-prospecting routine tied with the amount you're doing it, you're going to build momentum. And not only are you going to build momentum, you're going to start to become a little bit sharper, a little bit better. And if we can just be in a position where we get 1%, just 1% better every single week over the course of the year, you're going to be 50% better. Meaning, ideally, last year you did 8. Would you be okay with doing 12? If last year you did 12, would you be okay doing 18? If last year you did 30, would you be okay with doing 45? So that's the goal, is to be in a position where we can at least get 1% better. Now, some of the things that we can do is, how about getting up at a certain time? Exactly every single day. Okay, so I've been in the business now for 26 years. My alarm has, for the most part, consistently been set for 3:45 or 4 o'clock. Okay, so 3:45, 4 o'clock, that's been consistent for almost 26 years now. How about looking at doing some version of exercising, some version of stretching, some version of something that is going to get the blood flowing, some calisthenics of any sorts. How about having a healthy breakfast? Okay? How about having something where you feed your body? How about something that is going to allow you the opportunity to become a little bit more energized versus going again through Jack in the Box and ordering the big breakfast burrito? I don't know what it's called, but anyways, let's just assume that that's what it is. And you do that every single day. That's not going to help you. How about doing something in regards to mindset? Something positive, affirmations, meditations, visualization. How about listening to something from a positive standpoint? One thing that I've mentioned before that Lizette and I, every single morning, well, I would say 99% of the time, 99% of the time, we are listening to something from a positive standpoint. Most of the time it's Tony Robbins, and sometimes we mix it up and we go into listening to something else somewhere else. Arriving at the office at a certain time. How about clearing your desk? Look at your desk right now. Okay. Is it filled with your children's homework? Is it filled with your bills? Is it stacked with all of the things that's in a sense negative? Or is it positive? Is it influencing? How about role playing, working on your skills, doing it enthusiastically? How about having fun when you're prospecting? Is prospecting easy? Okay. It's hard. Okay. I'm going to give you guys a quick little secret. You guys okay if I give you a secret in the last 26 years?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. In the last 26 years, I've hated prospecting, and I seldomly use the H word. Now, there's a certain rule that I follow in life, and this is something that I've done for a long time, and I call it JBY. What's JBY? Just beat yesterday. And sometimes I have to reset it. Okay, right now, I'm on a what's it called? A journey in regards to on the running, as an example. Okay, I used to be in a position where I'd run 5 miles in 30 minutes. For those of you guys that do some version of running, you know that that's pretty decently fast. But I'm no longer in that position. So now what I'm trying to do is I'm just trying to beat with what I did yesterday. And sometimes it might just simply be by 0.01 more of distance. But if I continue to do that over an extended period of time, I can build up the stamina for that. Now I'm going to go over a couple more notes. We are going to be doing some role play here in about 5 minutes. Let's talk about memorizing and internalizing. In memorizing and internalizing, there's 3 versions in the language of sales. In the language of sales, version number 1 is simply reading the script. Hi, I'm looking for Bob. Hi, Bob. My name is Robert. I'm with blank blank realty. The reason I'm calling is I just listed a property for sale right around the corner from you over on Banana Street. Okay, is that good? No, not really. But we're strengthening that muscle. We got to get to the second stage, and that's the memorization of it. But the memorization of it is going to look along the line of this. Hi, I'm looking for Bob. Hi, Bob. My name is Robert. I'm a local realtor. And the reason I'm calling you is because I just listed a home for sale over on Banana Street. It has 4 bedrooms, 2 baths, and it's listed at $500,000. That's memorizing it. Is that better than reading it? Sure, but not by much. We got to get to that third stage, and that third stage is where we have it internalized. Now, the difference between memorize and internalize, think of, for example, the 8-year-old that's trying to learn their school play, and they have the lines memorized. Internalize is Leonardo DiCaprio that's going to make $100 million on his next film. Okay, because what I love most about Leo is just simply the fact, like I say Leo like I know him. But anyways, what I appreciate most about Leonardo is that he can play romance in one movie and then follow that up with action. And then go from action and go into some version of comedy. And then go from comedy and go into something that's a little bit more drama. And he can do all of this because he can internalize the script. Are you internalizing it? And that internalization is going to come across along the line like this. Ring, ring. Hello, Bob? Bob, hi, my name is Robert. I'm a local realtor. Yeah, the reason I'm calling you is because I just listed one of your neighbor's properties. It's not too far from you. It's over on Banana Street. Yeah, it's a beautiful property. 4-bedroom, 2-bath home, a little over 2,500 square feet. And believe it or not, we have it at a great price of $500,000. My question to you, Bob, is who do you know that wants to move here into our neighborhood? You don't know of anybody? Hey, no worries. I really appreciate you taking the time to think about that. Now tell me, Bob, how about yourself? When are you thinking about making that move? Oh, you're not thinking about it? That's okay. I get it. I totally understand. Now, how long have you been here? Wow, 10 years. Okay. Well, where'd you guys move from 10 years ago? That's internalization. That's the mastery of it. That's where I want everybody to get to, because right there, that's where we're going to get results on a little bit more of a consistent basis. Let me throw it back to the audience. I'm going to cover a couple more points, but I wanted to see if there's any questions that I can address. I'm going to keep moving. How do we memorize and internalize now is the question. You guys remember back when we were in middle school or high school, and then there was that song, and we were sitting there trying to memorize it? What would we do? We'd put the song, okay? For some of us that are a little bit more aged, we'd put that tape in, okay? Or some of us might be 8-track status, all right? You'd go through, you'd play it, and then you'd hit rewind. And then you'd play it, and then you rewind. And then you play it, and then you rewind, right? But you did everything in your power as a 14, 15, 16, 17-year-old to try to remember that song. Why? Because you wanted to be the cool kid. When the song came out, when everybody was singing in harmony, you wanted to be right with them. Or in some cases, be a little bit better, okay? I grew up through the era where coming into Eminem, and everybody knows in a sense how Eminem raps, and everybody was trying to be like Eminem, okay? It was super duper cool. At least in my school is what I'm saying, okay? Or Snoop Dogg, okay? Or Ice Cube, okay? Or Ice-T, or any of the other ices, okay? So the purpose of what I'm getting at is you got to get to a point where you're trying to memorize the script no different than that as to when you were 14, 15, 16-year-olds. But here's the problem. here we are, we're in a career now where we can make 100,000, 250, 500,000, $1 million. And what do? Nah, I'm good. I'm too cool for that. Okay. I don't need to memorize. I don't need to work on my skills. Okay. I don't really even like scripts. Of course you don't. You don't like scripts because you don't work on it. You don't get the results, and therefore it becomes this vicious cycle backwards. I've tried the scripts. They don't work. You don't work. You got to change your mindset. So I'm going to encourage you to do with whatever it takes to try to memorize it. Okay. I've talked about being in a position where you can take 4 to 6 hours a day and be able to work on that skill set. Okay. And what do? First thing is simply record it. Just record yourself and go back and listen to yourself as if though you are, what's it called in high school? And you're trying to remember the lyrics to that song. You're trying to remember the words to that script. Last point, we're going to jump over to role play. When we're practicing, when we're role playing, what I don't want you to do, I don't want you to go through the cockamamie version that you got 6 years ago, that one time. Because what some of you will do? Some of you will go through and just sit there and say, oh, well, I didn't want to sell my house because my dog died and I'm grieving and blah, blah, blah. And then eventually I might make a decision to sell my home, but my wife just left me. Okay, well, how often are you getting your dog died and now your wife left you? Probably never. But you guys go through and role play these stupid versions, or you do the one percenters. The one percenters are the things that you get maybe once a year. I want you to role play. When role playing, yesterday's. I want you to role play yesterday's example where you were this close to set an appointment. You're going through, okay, how about yourself? When do you plan on moving? Or you're not. Okay, well, how long have you lived here? Oh, you've been here for 10 years. Where'd you move from? New Mexico. Wow. What brought you over to California? Oh, because of a job. Awesome. Are you still working at that job? Oh, you're not. Well, if you were to make a move, where would you go to next? Oh, back to New Mexico. Well, that's pretty exciting. What would that be? Oh, down the road. Well, what's stopping you from making the move now? Oh, I got it. Okay, so you're just waiting for a job to line up. Understood. Okay, but could you be in a position where you could make the move? Oh, you could. Awesome. Great. I totally get that. Now, when would that be? Okay, got it. So you're just really just kind of wait this thing out. Now, if I could get you there by the springtime, would that be an option? Oh, it would. Awesome. Great. Well, I'd love the. I understand you. No, I get it. I'm not trying to force you to make a move. Hello. Damn it. They were so close. I was right there. Role play that one. I don't want you to role play my dog died and now my wife left me version. Because that's going to give you the opportunity to get better. And then tomorrow, guess what you get to role play? You get to role play today's version. You guys got that? Okay. Let me open it up to questions. Nope. If you do, feel free to jump right on in. Again, for those of you that are joining us in the other platforms, I am going to encourage you. This is the time now where you come join us over on Zoom, because I'm going to be sharing the script here in just a minute. So I need some participation. Okay, so let's go through and let's take a look. All right, so here we go. Oops, wrong script. And again, for those of you that are needing scripts, please don't hesitate to feel free to send me a DM. Where's the best place to do that? Number one is going to be send me a DM via Instagram. Option number two is just simply go to my website. Okay, somebody actually changed my handle. Okay, so let me take a look here. I'll adjust my handle in just a little bit. Who wants to go first? Let's get some role playing. We're just going to work on the.
I'll go first. Ring, ring.
Hello.
Hey, Robert. My name's Brandon. I'm a local realtor with Deluxe Realty. My company just listed a beautiful home for sale around the corner from you on Main Street. Whoops. It's a 4-bedroom, 4-bath, and it's listed at $700,000. And I was curious, Robert, who do you know that may want to move into our neighborhood?
Where is this property?
123 Main Street.
Okay. Yeah, I don't really know of anybody. How much did you say you're asking for that home?
700,000.
Wow.
Do you think that's a good price?
I mean, it's actually pretty high, but that's cool if the prices are actually in that range.
Yeah. What do you think your home might be worth, Robert? Just curious.
Oh, I don't know. Yeah, I have no clue.
Let me ask you this. If you were to move, where would you go next?
I mean, we've toyed with the idea, but we're thinking about, maybe waiting a little bit with the market, the market potentially shifting.
With the market shifting now, if it made sense in the next 3 months, I mean, would that make sense for you?
All right, good. Okay, so let's kind of stop right there. So here's what I don't want you to do. Now, what I don't want you to do is I don't want you to ad lib too much. Stay as close to the script as possible. Okay. Now, here's the thing. Did Robert have some level of interest in regards to this property or in regards to selling,
Yes.
in regards to some of it? But there was a lot of negativity. There was no, not really, not interested, no, so on and so forth. What's going to make the difference is just going through and just listening, being a little bit patient, because I see you being a little quick to the trigger. Just let the conversation take place. So let's roll reverse. I want to show you with what I mean by that. Okay. So here we go. I'll be the agent. Ring ring.
Hello.
Hi, Brandon.
Hey.
Let me correct myself. You said hello. I said hi. So I was actually looking at words. Let's start from the top. Let me correct myself. Ring.
Hello.
Hello, Brandon.
Hey. Who's this?
Brandon, hi. My name is Robert. I'm a local realtor. The reason I'm calling you is because we just listed one of your neighbor's properties. It's not too far from you. It's over on Banana Street. It's a 4-bedroom, 2-bath home. Beautiful place. We have it listed at a great price of $700,000. Brandon, I was curious, who do you know that wants to move here into our neighborhood?
Robert. I don't want to move into my own neighborhood. I already live here.
Try to go back and play the role that I was playing.
Okay. Well, I can't think of anybody off the top of my head.
Okay. Yeah, no worries. I can really appreciate that. Now, how about yourself, Brandon? When are you planning on making a move?
Gosh. Well, we think the interest rates will go down. If they go down, and that would be better for us. So we're gonna wait until the market goes down.
Got it. Okay. So you do have some potential interest on making a move. If I'm hearing correctly, you would be waiting for the interest rates to drop?
Yeah, we're thinking about it, but gosh, everything seems so expensive with the rates so high. Where are we gonna go?
Sure, absolutely. I totally get with where you're coming from. How long have you actually lived here, by the way, Brandon?
We've been here for 6 years.
Wow. Okay, 6 years. So you definitely have some equity in the home. Where'd you guys move from 6 years ago?
San Francisco.
Interesting. That's a pretty big move. What brought you guys here to this part of town?
My wife had a job transfer, and we came down for her here. Had a couple of kids,
Okay. Got it.
but
So go ahead.
our family's back in San Francisco.
Oh, okay. So if you guys were to make that move and the interest rates were a little bit better, you guys would be considering making a move back to San Francisco. Would that be accurate?
Yeah, the grandparents miss the grandkids.
Got
They
it.
they haven't
How
had a
often
chance to live close to them yet.
how often are you seeing how often are they seeing each other now, grandparents and grandkids?
Just holidays.
Okay, got it. How do they feel about it?
Gosh, they call us all the time. They're
Ah,
telling us to move all the time.
got it. So is it really the interest rates that's the only thing that's stopping you from making that move?
Yeah, we want to make sure we can afford it. San Francisco's pretty expensive.
No doubt. I totally get it with what you're referring to. Now, here's the good thing, Brandon, is you've been in your home now for 6 years, as you've mentioned. You've built up enough equity. You're also in a position where the market is favorable for you. Have you heard about what's going on in the market?
Not really, no.
Yeah. So basically, right now, there's not a lot of competition on your replacement property. If we could make some financial sense, put you, your family, your wife, your kids in a position where we can get your kids over to see their grandparents and everything lines up financially and we can get you guys there, I don't know, maybe let's say, for example, by the springtime, would that be something of interest to you guys?
I mean, can you do that?
I don't know. I don't know. But here's what I'd like to do, Brandon. Why don't we take a look to see exactly the position you're in? We'll evaluate everything to make sure that it makes the most sense. I just need about 20, maybe 30 minutes, absolute most of your time. Let's take a look. Today's Wednesday. I can come by actually tomorrow on Thursday. Or would it be better for me to come by over the weekend, maybe on Saturday?
Gosh, Thursday would be great.
Okay, cool. Let me take a look at my calendar. I have an opening at 4 o'clock, or is it better for us to get together at 5 o'clock?
Five's better because my wife gets off work a little later.
Perfect. Okay. So in that, I don't want to necessarily showcase my talent. That's not what I'm getting at. What I'm saying is as you can see, allowing the script to just roll out would just allow the opportunities to present itself. Now, the one thing you'll notice, a little bit of what I wanted to showcase, not to show up, Brandon, but I don't want you to get stuck at the beginning because then we go through and we try to objection handle. Instead, what I do is I ease off by going through asking question 2, 3, 4, and 5. Because by asking 2, 3, 4, and 5, it releases that pressure. and it's just conversation.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. Was that any other further insights?
I think with Brandon and you and just kind of like noticing the questions in between. So just throwing a question here and there does stop and ask it increases the engagement. So just more questions is what I noticed that you brought.
Yeah, absolutely. Just the questions between the questions. And that's the mastery of it, as I've said before. And it's not quite so much in regards to the talent that I have. It's just simply showcasing how we move the conversation in a forward direction is all that we're trying to get at. Does that make sense, Brandon?
Yeah, it's hard to stay focused, stay on these, have it internalized, and then also handle those curveballs sometimes. Get a little nervous. And then that's true. If I get too far off, it's hard to get back.
Yeah, we have to understand, in part of the conversation, it's not a trajectory like this. Most of the time we start going like this, and all of a sudden they take us over here. Well, what about the market? Okay, boom, we get back over here. And then they start saying, yeah, but we heard about this 50-year mortgage. What's that about? And then we try to get them back over here. Okay, what we don't want to do is we don't want to continue on that tangent, is my point. That's all. All right, let's get somebody else to go. I want to make sure that we're continuously working on our skills. Who else wants to be the person that's going to go?
Can I try it?
Absolutely. And then I apologize. I don't see who is this?
Beatrice?
Do it. Let's go. I'm
Oh
ready.
gosh. So do I say ring ring?
Let's go. Yep. Ring, ring. And then I'll say hello. So go ahead whenever you're ready.
Ring ring.
Hello.
Hi, Robert. My name is Beatrice. I'm a local realtor with California Financial and Real Estate Center. And we just listed a beautiful house around the corner from you on Wilshire Street, 4-bedroom, 3-bath at $975. Did you see that?
Stop right there. Okay. Great energy. I don't want to take away your energy. What I want to shift and tweak is going to be your pace. Okay.
Okay.
So I want to make sure we're on the same page and we're understanding. So in the first thing is the mirror matching. I say hello. You say
Hello.
If I say howdy, you say
Howdy.
if I say okay, there we go. Number 2 is the pace. I want you to slow down a little bit because it's very normal for us, and I get it. The nervousness ends up taking over. So I want you to just simply slow down just a smidge. So we go from the top whenever you're ready.
Ring ring.
Hello?
Hello, Robert. This is Beatrice. I'm a local realtor in your area.
Uh-huh.
And we just listed a beautiful home right around the corner from you on Wilshire Street. And that's a 4-bedroom, 3-bath. Did you see that listing?
No, I can't say that I have.
Okay, well, it just went on the market for $975. And I was just curious, who do you know that would like to get into the neighborhood?
All right. Good job. Better pace. Okay. So that was definitely better than previously. Now I want you to make one more tweak though. We don't ask yes or no questions out the gate. So we want to make sure we don't go into 3 strikes and we're out and we go, hey, did you see that? No. Strike number 1. Okay. So we want to do yes or no questions. So just try to stay as much to the script as you possibly can. Keep the pace that you did, keep the energy that you have, and then now just stick to the script. So let's go from the top one more time.
Ring ring.
Hello.
Hello. Hi, Robert. My name is Beatrice. I'm a local realtor in your area.
Uh-huh.
And I was calling because we listed a beautiful home around the corner from you on Wilshire Street. It's a 4-bedroom, 2-bath. And that was for $975. And I'm curious. So then I don't wait for him to say anything.
Nope.
Okay, so I'm curious, who do you know that might want to move into the neighborhood?
All right. Good job. Okay, let's roll reverse real quick. And I just want to show you the opening. So here we go. Ring, ring.
Ring. Hi, it's Beatrice.
Let's do it again. Nobody picks up the phone like that.
Oh, that's actually how I answer.
Ring, ring.
Hello.
Hello, Beatrice?
Yes.
Beatrice, hi. My name is Robert. I'm a local realtor with Blank Blank Realty. The reason I'm calling is I just listed a home for sale right around the corner from you over on Banana Street. It has 4 bedrooms, 2 baths, and we listed it at a great price at $975. I was curious, who do you know that wants to move here into our neighborhood? Let's stop right there. Do you see a little bit of the pausing? Okay, and then
Okay, got it.
Okay, so I want you to try one more time. I'm going to get somebody else to go. So,
Okay. Ring ring.
hello.
Hi, Robert. This is Beatrice. I'm a local realtor with California Financial and Real Estate Center. And we just listed a beautiful property around the corner from you on Banana Street. It's a 4-bedroom, 2-bath at $975. I'm curious, who who do you know that might be interested in moving into the neighborhood?
Good job. Awesome. That was way better as you continue to get better. Okay, so continue to pay attention to that. Mirroring and matching is going to be important. The mirroring and the matching is going to include so many different things. The words, the tone, the pace. You did a way better job on that fourth attempt. Did you feel it?
Oh, yes. I think I came out like a bullpen in the first one, like a bull.
No worries. I got you. I appreciate you volunteering. All right. Who else wants to go?
Can I try?
Yeah, absolutely. And I want you to go with Lizette this time, though. So whenever you're ready, Lizette, if you
Yes.
can mute yourself.
Ring, ring.
Hello.
Hello, Lazette.
Yeah.
Hi, Lazette. My name is Anne. I'm a local realtor. I just listed a beautiful home for sale over your area from ABC Main Street. It had 3 bedrooms, 2 baths, and we listed at amazing price of 1.2 million. And I was curious, who do you know that would like to move into your neighborhood?
Wow. Did you say 1.2 million?
Yeah, that's right.
That's
1.2
great.
million.
Yeah, that's great. I'm glad to hear that's going up. I don't know anybody who would be wanting to move over here. I can ask some friends, but I don't know anybody right now.
Oh, I really appreciate that you're taking the time to think about it. And tell me, Lazette, how about yourself? When do you plan on moving?
Well, it's funny you called, Anne. I mean, I didn't really think I was going to be moving anytime soon, but my son, he's actually 2 cities over, and so he's wanting us to be closer. So we're kind of already in that stage where we're thinking about it.
Oh, okay. So you say your son is planning to move closer to you, or you want to move closer to your son?
Yeah, we're going to be moving closer to our grandkids and to
Oh,
our
okay.
son.
That
Mhm.
must be exciting. And how
Yeah.
soon do you want to make it happen?
Well, we're not really in a rush. I mean, I know, we're getting the holidays, but I mean, if we find the right home, we're still looking. We're taking a look at some properties right now, but we
Okay.
haven't found
Stop
it
right
yet.
there. Let's stop right there. Awesome. So great job, Anne. A couple of quick tweaks that I want you to make is if you notice there was a little bit of doing this. What is this? It's the talking over them out the gate. That's going to happen sometimes. So here's the trick, everybody. When we find ourselves in a position where we're talking over people, what we want to do is we want to slow down just a smidge. Number one. Number two is what we're going to do because there are some people that have a tendency of talking almost always in a pausing type of manner. And you're like, okay, well, when do I step in? So what we want to do is the very first interruption, we're going to go 1,000. If you guys go back and watch with what it is that I did with Brandon, okay, I was talking over him. Okay. And part of it is because Brandon was kind of talking in this pattern, right? So I counted 1,000. If I interrupt it again, I now count 1,000. So in other words, goes through, responds, and I go 1,000, then question. Or if I interrupt again a second time, now I'm going to go 1,000, 1,000. Boom. Now I'm in there. Then I'll find a rhythm. So I want you to pay attention to when that happens, because that's kind of a common and thing when we role play. And a little bit is the excitement. So I just want you to pay attention to that. Okay. Everything else, I'm super proud of you, Anne, as much as you're continuously growing. So I want to just acknowledge that because you're continuously growing every time we role play. The only other critique that I basically would have is just a little bit more excitement on the property. Yeah, it's a great property over on Banana Street for 1.2 million. Okay, just a little bit of the excitement there. You were about a 7. When we do the excitement, I want to be a little bit at the 9 in the excitement. Does that make sense?
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. All right, everybody, we're going to go ahead and wrap this up. So I want to make sure I do make a couple of quick announcements. The first thing is that for those of you that are in LA, I'm going to be making, back up. For those of you that are in LA, I do have 2 speaking engagements at this moment. So if you want to write them down, one of them is December 3rd. I will be speaking at NAREP, which is going to be the Montebello Southeast Los Angeles chapter. Okay, so that's going to be in Whittier. So if you guys are in the area, that's going to be December 3rd. There is going to be a second speaking engagement, and that's going to be at my good friend, Edwin's office over at Century 21 Lotus, and that's going to be in the city of Downey, and that's on Friday the 5th. Okay. If you are in the area in LA, I'm going to be there from the 3rd through the 5th. I'm looking for an office to speak at on the 4th. So if you have a team or if you have an office and you are looking for me to come by and speak and basically give you guys some value, I am looking for an office, preferably in the LA, OC, IE area. So if you are in this area and you do have an office or a team, all I ask is that there is at least 20 people in presence. That's all I ask. Okay. There's no charge, no anythings, and I'll come out and do a 1-hour presentation for you guys. Okay. So with that being said, thank you all for being here on time. I'm a little bit over on time. Let's go out there. Let's go prospect. Let's go get some deals done. Let's go take a listing or 5. And of course, I will see everybody tomorrow at 7:30 Pacific Standard, 10:30 Eastern. See you guys soon. Bye-bye.
Thanks, Robert.